What's up, guys? It's Devin from Neptune Design, and I hope you're having an awesome day. So, I thought to myself, hey, let me make a video about explaining bounce rate. What exactly is bounce rate? So, I know that some of you guys might have Google Analytics, or you might have whatever program you have to look at the analytics and the statistics of what's happening on your website. And then you come across this thing that says bounce rate. Now, for those of you who want a basic explanation of bounce rate is simply the amount of people that instantly leave your web page when they come onto it. So basically, the higher the bounce rate, the more people just come on your website or your specific web page and they leave immediately. They don't stay, they don't really look at anything, they just leave immediately. So that's the basic explanation of bounce rate. But let's get into an illustrated example, okay? Now, I want you to think about a guy at the bar, okay? So there's this dude at the bar, and let's say somebody comes over to talk to this guy at the bar. Now, if that person shows interest in him, if that person stays and they have a nice, good conversation, we could say that that guy has a very low bounce rate. Okay? So he's capable of having long, interesting conversations with people, with strangers, for argument's sake. Now, let's say we've got another guy at the bar, and this dude, people come up to him, they talk to him for like 5 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute, and then they just stop talking to him. They're like, nah, we're not really interested in what this guy has to say. This guy is kind of boring. We don't really care about what he has to say. That person would have an extremely high bounce rate. Okay, so that's the way that I want you to think about bounce rates. If you've got an interesting page, it's relevant to the traffic that you're sending there, your bounce rate will be low. If you have a high bounce rate, that means the traffic that you're sending to the page is not really interested in what you have to say, or whatever you have on that page is not really engaging. So some of you out there might be wondering, Devin, if I have a bounce rate of 60% or 70%, is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? The higher your bounce rate percentage, the worse. So what you want to do is you want to try to get within a certain region. Now, I am not going to give you the exact statistical average bounce rate because I've read a lot of articles online. Every article says something different, and obviously it's dependent on what industry you're in. But generally, if you can get your bounce rate lower than 50%, then you're doing quite well. If you can get your bounce rate lower than 40%, that is extremely good. Now, if you have a bounce rate that's higher than 50%, maybe 60 to 70%, I wouldn't panic because that is just, it's normal, it's average, and you need to do something about it, but it's not the worst thing in the world. So my target for you would be try to get your bounce rate to about just below 50%, and you'll be doing quite well. Okay, so the next question would obviously be, Devin, I've got my page. I've got a bounce rate of 77% or 62%. How do I drop my bounce rate? How do I reduce my bounce rate? Now, there are a couple of quick things that you can do and check. Number one, you have to make sure that the content that you're posting on your page is actually relevant to the traffic that you're sending to the page. So one of the biggest mistakes I see is when people target people with their Facebook ads or any ads, they usually just target everyone, and that's not how you would do it. So for example, if you're targeting people that are interested in cars, you wouldn't target everyone. You would find the criteria for the specific people that are interested in cars, which is what you sell. So that's a big thing. Try and make sure that the content on your page is relevant to whoever you're selling or advertising to. Number two would be that sometimes the copywriting on the page wouldn't be up to scratch. Like, you need content that actually engages the reader, or you need pictures, or you need content on that specific landing page that makes the person interested and makes them actually want to read and engage with the page. And lastly, the next thing that you can do is you can just make sure that your page is displaying properly for all kinds of devices. For example, tablet, make sure it looks good on tablet, make sure it looks good on desktop, make sure it looks good on mobile, make sure that you have a logo, and make sure that you basically have good design on your page, because that is also something that's extremely off-putting to people. But overall, what I want you to think about is, I want you to think about your strategy when you're advertising this particular page. Do you have a strategy in place? So if you don't, you can contact us or hire us on the links below. And also, I've written a book. It's called 12 Ways to Save Money on PPC. And the nice thing about this is it's completely free, and it outlines for you some of the things that you can do, or some of the things that you can think about, that'll help you with designing a great landing page and just making a good overall experience for the people that you're advertising to. So there's a link for that in the description below. And yeah, if you do those things and you make sure that your page is actually relevant to people that are visiting, you will see a very big reduction in your bounce rate. So this has been Devin from Neptune Design. If you want to support the channel, check out the links below. Please subscribe, and thank you so much for your time. Have an awesome day.